Greetings everyone, it's your boy the AntMAN here, back at you with another review. Have you ever wanted to see Sonic use LSD aliens as power-ups in an outer space amusement park? Well, guess what? They made a whole game out of that apparently. Sonic Colors came out in 2010 for the Nintendo Wii and DS. This was somewhat coming off the heels of Sonic Unleashed, which was 2 years prior, and that's probably because this game was in development around that time. The boost mechanics seem to work and function the same as the Wii version of Unleashed, although Colors has the addition of 2D side-scrolling sections as well, and a lot of fans are pretty mixed about that, even when it first came out. Before we get to the gameplay, I think the story should be talked about first. It's pretty lighthearted and goofy, but entertaining enough to where it is fun to watch. The plot is that Dr. Eggman has made this intergalactic theme park in space, and he's kidnapped all of these aliens from different planets to use their energy to power a cannon that he made to destroy the Earth. Sonic and Tails show up and they travel through each of the planets and try to shut down all of these generators that link them together. That way, the aliens will be set free and Eggman will lose energy. I will say, this is one of the more creative stories from this franchise. It rivals that of the storytelling we see in the Sonic Boom TV series, and how much fun it has with itself. It doesn't take itself too seriously, but it also doesn't try so hard to be serious, like some Sonic games that came before this. Ugh, gross, get those off my screen, please. Anyway, now for the gameplay. Each planet is split into 7 parts, 6 main levels, aka acts, and a boss level. In each act, players must guide Sonic to the goal, whilst defeating enemies and dodging obstacles. In boss levels, players face one of Eggman's large robots, and must defeat it. Gameplay seamlessly shifts between side-scrolling and third-person perspectives. Upon completion of a level, players are given a grade dependent on their performance, with an S being the best and a D being the worst. As the player progresses, more planets become available to select. Once each planet has been completed, a bonus 7th, which concludes the story, is unlocked. Much like in Unleashed, Sonic can perform a Sonic Boost, which greatly increases his speed and allows him to smash through various objects. A homing attack that allows him to destroy enemies from long distances, and a stomp that enables him to quickly destroy objects below him. In certain levels, players are sent at high speeds and must perform a quick step maneuver to dodge walls and other hazards. Others see Sonic using a drift mechanic in order to make sharp turns, and he's also given a double jump ability, which allows him to perform an additional jump in midair. A major aspect of Sonic Colors is the ability to activate Wisp Power-Ups. There are 8 different types of Wisps, each with their own unique advantage dependent on their color. Normal white-colored Wisps allow the player to get a speed boost at almost any time. The Scion Laser turns Sonic into a laser that can bounce off solid surfaces to change the laser's path and to travel through power lines, while the yellow Drill allows Sonic to drill through soft ground and water. The orange Rocket allows Sonic to blast upward to tremendous heights. The pink Spikes allow Sonic to bond to walls and ceilings and to perform a spin dash to gain velocity and to destroy the objects. The green Hover enables Sonic to hover and to perform dashes across lines of rings. The blue Cube gives Sonic the ability to turn blue blocks into blue rings and vice versa. And the purple Frenzy turns Sonic into a berserker that chomps through anything in its path, increasing its size as it continues to eat. Which, to be fair, is pretty freaking awesome to see. Now, I'll be honest. I know a lot of people have grown tired of these Wisps as time went on, since they keep showing up more and more in Sonic games that came after this, like in Lost World and Forces. But let me just say, I don't really dislike them at all. Oh, shut up, just hear me out. These wisps do function properly, like they control just fine, and I do find myself just having as much fun with them as I do with Sonic and his boosting speed. They do make for some good unique concepts for the gameplay, not to mention the right amount of balance. It makes Sonic Colors not too linear and standard. Now, in terms of the later games, they do tend to milk the idea a little too much, and they stop being relevant story-wise. Hopefully in Sonic Frontiers, SEGA strips away from these guys and they can just stick to their other new ideas. Now as for the graphics, let me tell you something. I consider this to be one of the best looking Wii games ever. The actual colorization of the levels make them stand out in a way that you can't help but be captivated by what the screen is showing you. Keep in mind, this was 2010, and even by today's standards, these graphics and colors have aged beautifully. From the background to the stuff in the foreground when the levels go 2D, it all seems very balanced and nicely done. It reminded me of how good the coloring was for the OG Genesis games. In levels like Hydro City Zone or Sky Sanctuary, even though they seemed pretty standard, they still feel very contained and know what they want to be. Sonic Colors knew from the start and did what they could to make these levels pretty memorable. Actually, let's talk about the levels themselves. They all have their own unique sense of character and personality when it comes to what they contain and what they're all about. Tropical Resort, Sweet Mountain, Starlight Carnival, Aquarium Park, Asteroid Coaster, and the best looking level of the whole game, hands down, Planet Wisp. This planet just has that level of charm and beauty from how the grass fields look. This truly does look like an environment I would have fun running through, like Sonic himself. It reminds me so much of the landscapes you see in Unleashed, which to be fair, had a somewhat similar gimmick in having some 2D sections along with the 3D. It truly shows that SEGA tried to up their stance a little, even when Unleashed was pretty much perfect with the graphics. Overall, these levels sure do take advantage of what they're given. Not to mention the feel of adventure Sonic is supposed to have in these kinds of settings. The game also features a co-op 2-player mode, which is okay at best. It's known as Eggman Sonic Simulator, in which players control Sonic-modeled robots or their Mii characters through a series of levels. These levels can be unlocked by collecting special red star rings hidden throughout each act. Completing Sonic Simulator levels rewards the player Chaos Emeralds, and once all 7 are collected, of course, Sonic is able to transform into Super Sonic after collecting 50 rings in normal levels. As Super Sonic, players are invincible and can boost infinitely, which I will admit is pretty awesome, though they cannot use wisps and lose 1 ring per second. De-transforming happens when the ring counter hits 0. Not gonna lie, a while back when my Wii was hooked up, I took up quite a few hours trying to get all these red rings. Once I got Super Sonic, man did I feel good. I really had a satisfactory victory feeling in my body when I finally unlocked him, and you know what? Sometime in the future, I might attempt it again. Who knows? If memory serves, I believe this is the first game where Sonic is voiced by Roger Craig Smith. At first I thought he sounded okay, but over time he grew on me a little. I think Roger is at his best in the Sonic Boom series, where he has a lot more witty comebacks and somewhat more competent writing. Since this was after the 4Kids era, the voice actors for the characters have changed, with the exception of Mike Pollock as Dr. Eggman, which thankfully I'm glad he wasn't replaced. Eggman has some of the funniest lines in this game, and it's all because of Mike Pollock himself. During the levels you can hear him making PAs over the microphone, and when you really listen to them, they have some of the best writing ever. Kate Higgins voices Tails in this game, and she sounds pretty good. She makes him sound like the techie boy genius he's supposed to be. I know a lot of fans made a big deal about these changes for the voices, as they always do, but to be honest, these debates were always asinine. and absurd to the point where they just hate on one actor for no reason. If half of those people at least gave these voices a chance, like I did, then maybe they'll see their voices aren't so bad. The music is actually pretty sweet too. The main theme of the game, Reach for the Stars, is pretty upbeat with high energy. Whenever I listen to it now, it gives me a massive nostalgia rush. Since I had the original on the Wii for so long, I always look forward to it along with the intro, that has awesome animation by the way. The level themes are pretty atmospheric and make use of instruments when they must. Often when they try to remix certain tracks for each act of a level, all of them hit the mark just right. The ending theme, Speak With Your Heart, is okay. It's pretty chill and smooth. It does have a sense of satisfaction after you've beaten the game. It is a good enough song, but I prefer the opening theme a lot more. So yes, Sonic Colors is a great addition to both the franchise and the Wii library. From the music, to the gameplay, to the graphics and environments you see before you, this is, without a doubt, one of the best looking games I've ever seen. SEGA did a tremendous job with this title, and honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing another game try to be this artsy. The controls work just fine, and the addition of the Wisps actually started off strong, until later games decided to milk this trend for all it's worth. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Also, if you're wondering, yes, I am aware of the HD re-release, Sonic Colors Ultimate on the Xbox One. I've heard mixed things about it, but maybe sometime in the near future, I'll own it and experience what that has to offer in terms of repolishing and adding new factors. For now though, I give the original Sonic Colors a 10 out of 10. Thank you all so much for watching today's episode. Next time, we're going to be dealing with one hell of an incredible family with some kick-ass superpowers. Until then, here's your boy the AntMAN signing off. Deuces, y'all.